Hello everyone, welcome back to Content to Profit Live. It's Sophia and I'm so excited because today I'm answering your questions. This week I asked you guys to submit questions in the DMs and I picked the content that I felt would be the most helpful to everybody out of all the DMs. I think everyone here is going to get something out of this, and I'm going to answer questions that you really can't Google the answers to. Hey, Helena's here. Jamie's here. Anthony's here. Deborah. Jacqueline. Pink Bookish Princess. Welcome. Today's episode is going to be a question and answer. I've been collecting questions for the last couple of days, and I picked these 4 that I think are going to be the most helpful. Hello. Morty's in London, Ontario. We've got Stephanie here. We've got Haley Stewart. Miranda. Hi, everyone here right now. If you are a driven woman who knows that you were made for more and that today you are going to take action on what I say, I want you to throw some hearts or send this to a friend. If you know you're not going to actually apply anything and you don't want the advice and you don't want to change your life and you don't want to build the brand of your dreams and you're not willing to put in the work for it, then go right now. You've got a few minutes that you can hit the road. Yes, the music is here. We had to have the theme song. My OG followers knows that this was the original Enlightened music. Okay, so I've been collecting questions and answers, and these are the questions that I'm feeling. Okay, y'all are all wondering. Let's dig in. The first question that I have to answer is, what is the formula that makes the most money? What is the content formula that makes the most money? And I was thinking to myself, formula, okay, we can break it down into a really tight formula, but in reality, the content strategy that makes the most money is storytelling content. Storytelling content is the reason why we are all gathered here today, whether or not you're gay, okay? Me telling my story, me saying how I did a hard thing by leaving what I left in my life and like the religious background and the struggle to get to where I'm at and leaving a man I worked for who I thought I was going to marry and going from divorced and living in a trailer park to like living out of a suitcase to all these things, all of these struggles. What you need to realize, and I don't say this to be manipulative. I say this so you can understand, so you can use this for yourself. People do not connect to you through perfection. People do not want to hear about your mountain peak moment, the huge successes you've had, without also understanding they can relate to you and your pain. People are going to relate to you through your trauma, through your struggles, through the times where you had hope when no one else had hope for you, where you picked yourself up by your bootstraps and you said, I was made for more, that I'm meant to do something different, that this is not going to be the end of my story. I get to write the next chapter. It doesn't matter if they hurt me. It doesn't matter if they abandoned me. It doesn't matter if they lied to me. It doesn't matter if I got a divorce. It doesn't matter if I was abused. Like all these things, those are the things that people relate to. And you share how you've overcome. Now, this applies to your story. Hello, welcome guys. The content formula that makes the most money is storytelling, and it applies to your story as well as the stories of your clients. If you can tell more stories in your content, you will sell more. I see people every day making beautiful content, sharing their art, sharing their poems, sharing their art, sharing their workouts, sharing their hair cutting, whatever it is that you do. But if you're not telling a client's story of how you went from here to there, you're not going to sell anything. You're just going to make fluffy content and you're not going to sell anything. And thank you for saying that you love me and I'm uplifting. I'm uplifting, but I do tell it like it is. I want your content to sell. It is not just about the vanity metrics. It is about the actual selling, the actual authority you have here on this platform or any platform that you work in. So the actual formula is how I got from point A to point Z. Write this down. Point A to point Z without experiencing D, or that you did experience D and you learned from it, in this amount of time. And how you can help people go from point A to point Z without experiencing D in a shorter amount of time. That is the content formula that makes money. So if you're a doctor who helps people with fibromyalgia, how do you solve your patient's problems from point A to point Z without experiencing the pain in this amount of time, or without experiencing dead ends? If you are a homeopathic doctor, this is a great niche. This is a great target audience to have, because people are looking for solutions. As a woman with lupus, I'm always looking up natural remedies. And if someone can tell me this vitamin, like I just invested in this vitamin called Armra, and it wasn't cheap. But because they could tell me the story and how they were going to solve my problem in less time, I was willing to pay the money. You start to feel the effects or start to see results in 2 hours to a month. Well, that's worth it to invest in, because we're giving that promise of the time frame. So that's Sarah S.'s question. What content formula makes the most money? I hope that you guys wrote that down, because that is probably one of the most valuable things that I have ever taught. Okay, let's get to the next question. Just a moment. Now, this next question comes from Sabrina Mamita. How do I decide what is my topic to get started? I have many interests and talents. How do I focus? Do you mix topics or not? Like one account for my doctor and therapy content and another for my very unprofessional but fun dance content. Do I mix it? Honestly, what I would tell you, Sabrina Mamita, is do you want money or do you want attention? If you're looking for money, you won't mix it. If you want attention and just to like enjoy editing and creating content as a hobby, sure, post whatever you want. But if you want money, then you have to step up, get serious, niche down, and create an account that is only professional. And you can share parts of yourself sometimes. I do that in my stories. I share my relationship in my stories. It's very important to let people in on who you are so they can connect with you, like, know, and trust you. But picking who you are and sticking to it and showing up as a professional, especially as a doctor or therapist, will be important. So that's my advice to you specifically as a doctor or a therapist. Hello, Evelyn. Welcome. Okay. So that's the first question. Then what I would say, though, is if once you get to a place where you start making money from content, you will think it's fun. Like you said, should I do this just for fun? Nothing will be just for fun for you if you're not. Excuse me. Hello, Lauren Courtney. Nothing will be for fun for you if you're not making money. To me, there is zero point to post on social media for fun or for attention. I used to post entertaining content, and I had brand deals I still didn't know how to sell properly. I didn't know how to monetize to my full potential as an entertainer. And I wish I could go back and tell her now, like, hey, this is how I would have done it different. But you have to decide, are you going to be an entertainer and monetize that way? Or are you going to be a service provider and educator and monetize that way? When you decide, you'll be able to make money. When you focus, you've got to let go of the things that are just not serving you. And you can have fun on a separate account, but you'll realize really quickly that it's not fun if you're not making money. Miss JPAC says she's a dancer, burlesque artist. Ooh, I love it. Martial artist, mom, multidimensional mom. That's the brand I want to express, but I shouldn't miss those. Well, for you, these are all very active, sensual movements. You can combine all of that. The question that I just had that came in, Miss JPAC, which is different from you, is should I mix being a doctor and being a dancer? And I think that you can, depending on how you integrate it, but you can't do separate. Like if you're going to dance while you're sharing, like it's a beautiful ballet, sure, but I wouldn't be like sexy dancing and trying to like sell your services as a doctor. Unless you're going to bring a huge, big personality into it, in which case, on some level, you have to focus on entertaining and then the selling. But that would be something I could answer more in a one-on-one consult once I really know about you and your brand. As far as you, Miss JPEG, I feel like all of these beautiful sensual movements will complement each other. So my answer for you would be different. You can combine that. They all go together. Awesome. Good. I'm glad it makes sense. So no twerking. So I twerk in my stories. I can't twerk. I've pole danced in my stories before with friends, like not really, just like joking. And hey, Casey. And I feel like it's fun and my audience knows me as like this sexy dom lesbian. So like, I'm going to get into that in a moment, actually, of my brand story. But the thing is, for you, if you're getting to start fresh, you get to be really strategic about this. And I wouldn't open my mouth or record a video that wasn't something that I didn't want to do all the time or that I didn't want people to know me for. Because now people know me for one thing. Yes, right, to a doctor lady, no twerking for her. Helena Marie, for what you do, if you're showing like a trauma release movement and that involves twerking, I feel like it would apply to you in a yogic life coaching way. Okay. Next question. This one's from Helena's Hearth, but not Helena Marie. Which, by the way, I'll go follow Helena Marie Coaching. I'm so proud of her. She launched just this week. She's already had inquiries. She's already had traction on TikTok. And even a first hater, which I love to see because haters boost engagement. So really proud of her this week. She is working full-time while launching her own business. So this is very impressive to see all that she's accomplished and taught herself in the past couple months. If you're curious about applying for VIP like Helena or like Darnell Cox or Jen has worked with me, all the people that have been my success stories or just here or there, you've seen like, oh wow, Sophia did this, like Sophia got her this many views in this amount of time, you can go apply to work with me. The link is in the bio and I'd love to work with you. Okay, so 2 questions. What are content schedules? Helena's Hearth asks, what are content schedules and what do you think of them? And then her second question is about brand strategy, so we'll come back to it. We're going to start with, oh, thank you, Helena. I appreciate that. She says the shit. I would like to think so. Okay, so what are content schedules? What do I think of them? Okay, content schedules are simply how you organize the content that you put out, and everyone is going to define it or organize their content differently, especially if you talk to a type A social media manager. I'm a very type A person, but when it comes to my business, there's absolutely no way that I could have a type A content calendar because things are always changing. I might get a brand deal that wants a post interjected at a certain time. And hi, Amy. And I want to have the flexibility in my soul to feel at peace when I change something on my content calendar. For instance, if one of you guys asked for a video about a certain thing, that might be the video I put out tomorrow rather than what I actually planned. But this is what I can tell you. Content calendars are organized by the frequency that you post. So you at least need to decide, in fact, Helena, take notes. You need to decide how many times a week is sustainable for me to post. Because it's not about running, and then not being able to sustain what you're doing. So it's really, really important there. And I see you, Stephanie, if I have time, I will review your request to let you join the live. If you have a good question, let me know. If you have a good question, maybe type in the question just so I can preview it before we would go, before I would share the screen. So your frequency, and then also the content pillars that you focus on. So for instance, right now I have a lovely VIP client, Stephanie Mercurio. She posts about gut health. She posts about weight loss without cutting back calories. She talks about an all natural birth control. She talks about correcting your hormones. These are her content pillars. Hey, Teresa, so good to see you. So these are the content pillars. All you need to do is be able to organize this. Like, okay, I'm going to talk about this topic, this topic, this topic, this many times a month. And then you can put it down into the week. So it's like, okay, maybe 4 days a week you hit a different content pillar and you go live one day, right? Like that would make sense. For me, I'm too much in my flow and too much in my feminine, too much in my masculine in other ways to have to add a masculine dynamic to this. I like to be in flow. So just for example, for me, you're going to see entrepreneur mindset content. You're going to see a little bit of lesbian content because I love to share who I am and the story that helped me to get to where I am. You're going to see social media strategy content. These are the content pillars that you will consistently see from me again and again. That way when people log on to my page, they're like, oh, this is Sophia Spallino. We love her because I trust her to talk when she talks about these things. And so that's when you decide what your content pillars are. So your content schedule is going to be the frequency you can manage posting plus the content pillars. Now, if you want to go even deeper, you're going to have visibility goals and you're going to have nurturing goals. Visibility goals is creating content that has the opportunity to go viral. Nurturing goals is creating content that is going to speak to your audience, the one. The way that, like, if you've ever read the Bible, the way that they say Jesus went after the sheep, the one sheep that was lost. He left the 99 to go to the one. When you create nurturing content, you are talking to the one. When you see me create content, because I have a large following, I'm not focused on outreach content. I'm focused on reaching the one. And that type of content probably won't go viral, but it is going to nurture your audience into buying from you because they like, know, and trust you because you're actually helping them for free. Now, then there's the outreach content. There's the visibility content. This is the content that you're putting on TikTok. You're answering questions. You're doing some trends. Maybe it's short trending sounds on Reels. These are the things that are more general that you're the one avatar, your ideal client is seeking to see from you, but she relates to it and maybe so does her friends. Like it's not as specific. So for example, a story of me giving my story from point A to point Z, talking to the camera like this, that is going to be nurturing content. But say I do a quick reel and it's like women who have been through divorce or women who realize you're gay when you're 50 or women who blah, 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 blah. You're not alone and you give a value bomb. That's what I call like a one sentence wonder. And you type that over the screen and you're just overlaying it on a video. That is a short piece of content that has viral ability. Now, I'm not saying long pieces of content don't. If you're on TikTok, telling your story could go viral in a long form video, but it doesn't always happen. So when I think viral potential, it's usually telling some sort of crazy, unedited, long ass story on TikTok where you just got lucky. But for the most part, this outreach visibility content is significantly shorter because watch time is what matters to these apps. And whenever you have a short video, for instance, say I have a 40-second video or I have a 4-second video, well, the 4-second video is going to loop. So the watch time ratio is going to be 100%. But if someone watches 50% of a 40-second video, that watch time ratio is going to be only 50%. It would be 100% if they watch 4 seconds of a 4-second video, but 20 seconds of a 40-second video would be 50%. So the video is going to typically perform better if it's shorter. It just has that chance, at least on the Instagram platform right now. Hey, Black Veil. Hey, Laura Jean. Hey, Anna. So, but if you're on TikTok, the viability factor could be different. And for the majority of my clients, we want to create content that has potential on both platforms. So we're not having an individual strategy for each platform, unless that's something you have the time or financial resources to do. And if you do have the time, or you are trying to grow aggressively, you should be posting at least 3 times a day on TikTok. Okay, so that's the content schedule, the frequency, the types of content. I don't care how often you post or what your schedule looks like. The issue is, are you disciplined? Can your audience trust you? You trust that I'm going to get on here every Monday night, except I'm not coming on next Monday night because I'll be teaching my live masterclass, The Profitable Profile, for free. If you haven't signed up yet, the link is in my bio. You guys, like, I had to upgrade my Zoom membership today and pay more for it because I'm going to have so many. Right now, I have over 150 women registered for this masterclass around the world. I'm so excited. And like my reach is pretty down right now just from switching niches in the past year. This is incredible. So if you want to be a part of this free masterclass, I don't know if I'll ever offer it again. You want to sign up, go to the link in my bio. Thank y'all for the little fires. I'm so proud. Go to the link in my bio, sign up for the masterclass. I would love to see you there because I'm going to teach you how to set up your profile for success. Okay, so the content pillar you focus on, up to you. I don't care. Frequency, up to you. I don't care. The issue is you need to be disciplined. You need to show up. Is this a little hobby to you or is this a real fucking business? Because the day I made it a real business is the day that I was hitting $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 months. This is possible for anyone who's driven. I'm not saying it's easy. I run 3 businesses. Social media makes it possible. I am part-time influencer. I am full-time coach and I run my social media agency. I get up and I work out at 6 in the morning and I'm doing a live right now at 8 p.m. at night. Being an entrepreneur who makes $45,000 a month, like literally, I work so much that I don't even have time to like move into a bigger house right now. I had to just re-sign my lease because I don't have time. I want to make my business even more passive. So I'm like working extra hard to keep this momentum going. Like, you will have to sacrifice some things. I want you to ask yourself, are you willing to do that? The other day, Helena Marie Coaching here, sent me a picture of her TV that was covered in a blanket with her vision board on top. Because where there's no vision, the people will perish. I have a vision board and I don't play around with that thing. Every day I look at it, I put my hand on it and I thank God for the things on that board. I don't care what you believe in. Whether it's Jesus or Buddha or the thing here or there, I believe in all love and light, okay? Whatever it is for you, thank you for wishing that tenfold blessings will continue. I know they will because, like, God is good. I call God Sky Daddy, like Sugar Daddy, but Sky Daddy, he provides all the time. Sky Mommy. But all this to say, if you believe it and if you take action, you can do it. I'm about to launch a group coaching program that is literally going to give you the keys of the kingdom. If you stay in this group coaching program for 6 months and you take every action step I take, you will have a thriving business. I'm about to launch it. I'm so freaking excited. Like, y'all are the first to hear about it. Don't tell anyone yet because I haven't like shared it, but in the masterclass, I'm going to talk about it. And I'm so excited because I know that this is my purpose to help women like really thrive, not just survive. Like generationally, women have had to depend on men who treat them like shit, okay? Women have had to stay in the closet because they're married to someone who provides for them. It's a fucked up world we still live in. And it is my mission to make every woman beyond self-sustainable, but thrive. Because you were made for more. If you're here, you know this. You know this in your heart. Put your hand on your heart with me. And close your eyes. It might feel a little weird for a moment. And drop your shoulders. And just feel the feeling of trust. Like if you really just trusted that it's all going to work out for you. And you told God, look, I know what I'm meant to do. You've been nudging me. I'm going to do it. I will take action on every little thing. Put the right teachers in my life, put the right opportunities in my life, put the right clients in my life. I'm ready. Are you ready? I want you to open your eyes. Are you actually ready? Because it is a lot of responsibility to run a big business. There will be people who look up to you. There will be people who depend on you. And you will have to practice what you preach. It is a privilege to serve women the way I do. But I have to show up every single day being the very best me I can be. And if you want this type of life in this business and your brand, then you've got to be in it to win it. You've got to be fully committed. You've got to know this is it. Like, this is the thing. This is it. This is it. I am the one who needs to solve this problem. And if you know that, then you can do it. Yes, Helena says yes. Love it. Okay, so now we've talked about content schedules. Let's go back now that we've had our little spiritual moment. Helena's Hearth said, what are examples of brand strategy? I've been busy working on recommendations from your lives. I'm so proud of Helena's Hearth and Helena Marie Coaching. Okay, so the easy answer to brand strategy is it's simply establishing how you want the world to view you and your brand. Now, when people scroll on my page, they're probably like thinking interesting things. But here's the thing. I started off in entertainment, making very sexy relationship, silly content and monetizing, doing well. I was the face of Seeking Arrangements for a long time, even though I was never a sugar baby. I did their international commercials. I wrote them. I even wrote them for some of their most recent celebrity influencers. I was a face for a long time. I did well with that. But because of that content that was inherently silly, sexual, whatever, it put my brand in a niche, which makes it harder for me to catch the reach that I'm able to achieve with my clients so quickly because my account's categorized a certain way. I'm working on slowly edging out, but the truth is, like, I am niched in a relationship box. So when I talk about relationships, things tend to get picked up because that's what my audience is here for. So when people come to my brand, I can't just go, I want them to perceive me as the professional expert because they'll be like, who is she? We don't know her because they didn't follow me for that. So when people scroll on my page, they're probably like, that's that wild little lesbian, but she sure does know what she's talking about. And she's got a filthy mouth, but she's really real and I can trust her because she's always going to say what she's thinking. You know what? I love it. Like, that is my brand strategy. And the way that I got there was asking myself my core values. For me, my core values is like, don't be anything but myself. Because for so long in my life, I couldn't be myself. I hid in the closet. I was married to men. I was working for ex-partners. And so my core values are always be myself. For you, what is your core value? What are your core values? What are your ideal client's core values? That is the biggest thing. Identify who your ideal client is. What about your visual identity? For me, my visual identity has to align with my ideal client's ideal visual identity, which is someone who shows up put together, but who is still real. I come on and take you guys along with me in my everyday life. Some days it's glamorous. Some days it's not at all. I'm like literally wearing no bra and working at my desk all day. And other days I'm like at the spa and eating caviar. Like there's all kinds of different facets, and I take you guys along for the whole thing. So you train your audience how to perceive you. You get to choose what your brand visuals are. You want to think about your colors, your fonts, all these things that make people feel a certain way. Then you'll want to think about your brand voice and your strategy. For me, it's playful, sexy, a little dominant, like I'm going to teach you something. So for you, is it professional? Is it playful? Is it assertive? Is it serious? Is it just educational, formal? Like, what is it for you? Once you pick that, continue to show up in that energy. So 3 things, I'm going to look over them again. Core values. What are your core values? What's your visual identity? What's your brand voice? Now, what's your opposite of core values? What are the things you really detest? Like, you're like so against it. Like, so against it that it might be like a little politically incorrect to talk about to the opposite group or whatever it is. Like, or like different religion or whatever. Like, what is the thing, like in your niche, maybe you hate the way certain coaches do a certain thing. Talk about the opposite of your core values. So for me, it's like, I really hate people who lie. I really hate people who scam people on the internet. I really hate people who sell courses that are like outdated and you're not going to get any fucking real information. If you want real information, come to my live masterclass. It is leading edge information. I don't just bottle up a course and sell it. I come on here live to teach, and I have built out a group program that is going to be something I go live coaching every week, because the moment someone creates a course, it's most likely going to be extinct within 6 months. So it's really important to me that I show up in integrity in that way, live coaching. So anyway, all of this to say, those are my core values, and the way to figure those out is to figure out what I really don't like. So if you're having trouble figuring out your core values, figure out what burns you the fuck up first, and then you'll easily find your core values. When you're ready to go deeper with brand strategy though, please come to the Profitable Profile Masterclass. I'm hosting it next week. We'll probably be in there at this time next Monday at 7 p.m. You can join. The link is in my bio. I would love to see you there. I'm going to be teaching you how to set up your profile for success so you can attract ideal clients in less time. I wish I had someone to teach me these things. If I had known these strategies, I would not have been literally making $4,000 a month for years. And now I'm hitting 15, 20, and upwards of 50 sometimes. It's so important to know how to create content that will actually sell, how to set up your profile for success. Because if you do these things, you are going to see results. If you take action, you will see results. So if you're interested in coming to the masterclass, I'd love to see you. It's absolutely free. The link is in the bio to join. And it looks like Stephanie has a question. Let's go in and see what she has to say. Let's see. It might not work. It might have expired. I'm not sure. But I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you got to catch some gold. Did you feel like you gathered some gold information tonight and you're going to implement it and you're going to build out your brand strategy and your content pillars? And now you know the exact formula to making more money than I've ever made before with any other formula. Good. Okay, my friends, have an absolutely amazing night. And I would love to see you in the Profitable Profile Masterclass. Again, that is Monday night, a week from today at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're not able to be there, there will be a replay. I highly suggest you sign up for it. It's absolutely free. Thoughts on paying for ads? Is it a must for growth? I've never paid for an ad. However, I didn't have the capacity to pay for an ad, meaning I already have so many clients that I could not pay for an ad because I'm at capacity, right? Like it would be crazy for me to pay for an ad when I can't take on more clients. Now that I'm building out the membership, I might start to target women who are exactly my ideal clients. I'm not sure yet though. I'm going to start organically because I love teaching organic strategy, but I don't see why not, because then what I could do, so the lifespan of a social media post is about 24 to 48 hours. And so if you create an ad, you do it one time and you can continue to pay for that ad to be run. So you're still creating content and you still need to learn how to create that strategic content, but then you could pay to have that ad be seen again and again. It's not a bad idea. It's something I'm considering. It's just not something that I need. I don't think it's a must for growth. I think organic content is the way to grow. I think that there's so much opportunity to grow organically on TikTok and Instagram without paying a dime. I don't think it's necessary until you have the capacity to take on more clients in a group way. Because you should be creating, whether you're paying for ads or not, you need to be creating content daily on your page that serves your audience. And ads don't always serve your audience. They're just sell, like it's just a sell. It's not necessarily serving. I hope that answers your question. Okay, guys, thank y'all for being here for Content to Profit. If you haven't listened to the newest podcast episode, what are you doing with your life? Social Equity is live new every single Monday morning. And there's a new episode that I just put out today. Go grab it. It'll put a fire under your butt, absolutely free. 2, if you haven't gotten my free guide so you can quit wasting time and start making more money on social media, you need to grab it. The link is in the bio to grab the guide. And 3, I'm hosting the Profitable Profile Masterclass coming up this coming Monday, a week from today at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be teaching how to craft the profile that magnetizes your ideal clients so you don't waste time when you post on social media. So your profile is set up for success. Because if your profile is not set up for success and you happen to go viral, it is the worst luck in the whole world. You will lose so much opportunity. If you set your profile up for success before you go viral, before you have your big break, then you will be able to capitalize properly. It is vital that you come to this masterclass. It would be a shame if you ever created content that did really well, performed really well, and your profile was not set up to capture the success. Come to the masterclass. I cannot wait to see you there.